This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Can I just see my shot, please? Because you know, I'd be weird about my shot. And this,
Okay, me too.
Yeah, this vest is giving.
Oh, we're vesty today.
Yes. Okay, I do like that shot. Thank you. Yes.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. I'm so excited to have this next guest onto the podcast. It's our first time actually meeting in person, and I can already tell right off the bat that she's a hoot. She's going to be a good time. She told me she's from the north side, so she likes to throw hands. And I'm introducing her. I popped her mimosa cherry, and she said that she's more like Buchanan, hypnotic,
Don't expose me now.
That shit. Okay, I'm talking about. I said, girl, we're going to drink classy drinks now. This is classé. Okay.
With the pinkies up.
And you like it? It's your first time, the mimosa. Shout out to Sam. Okay,
50-50.
It's acquired.
No, it's good.
It's an acquired taste. Mm-hmm. You'll like it as you go on. It's like drinking wine for the first time. And big shout out to Sam's Bar with my boy Brenda who made the drinks for us today. So thank you. Okay, listen, thank you for being here. And of course, before we continue, I did want to thank Josh, Mike, and everybody at Rogue Media Network for producing this episode, putting this episode out. Thank you guys again so much for all you do behind the scenes. And of course, to all of you guys, I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, before we continue, Brenda, I got to give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by my boy David Santabanez with Alinea Real Estate. He is the #1 sales agent in his office and continues to be, at least since he's been sponsoring The Public Affair for the last 5 years. So I'm truly grateful to him. If you guys don't know how to buy a house, you don't know where to start, my boy David Santabanez. He's going to help you through the process through and make sure that you are involved in every step of the way. Follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea. Se habla español también. Listen. My boy David's doing the damn thing in 2025. I don't care what nobody says. I'm co-signing him all day. Love that guy. David, thank you so much for all you do for me in the show. I just saw my girl Anika Armstrong at Armstrong's Bayou Cafe right before I got here, serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. Now listen, my favorite is any pasta that you can get over there. Any pasta that you can get at Armstrong's Bayou Cafe, I'm going to say yes, is good. The fried shrimp basket is phenomenal as well. Listen, go to Union Hall, go to Union Grove, check them out. Follow Armstrong's Bayou Cafe on Facebook. Anika, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Of course, my boy Manny Guru, Blue Star RV Services. He is a mobile RV tech who can fix all RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and so much more. And our friends, they want to be opening food trucks. The food trucks be breaking, right? Oh, I'm not open today because my food truck's not working. Just call Blue Star RV Services. He's going to go out there, open up that way we can get the cheeseburger and the french fries. All right, we're hungry. It's giving, starving. Blue Star RV Services is the best. Manny Guru, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my boy Jesse and my girl Tanya Sotomayor with Luca's Pizzeria. Oh my goodness. The best thing to come out of Belmead, Texas is, yeah, I'm telling you, Luca's Pizzeria is phenomenal. I had the New York style pizza. My friend Honorio went the other day, brought his pizza family. He said, this is the best, my new favorite. You guys, the cheeseburgers, the beers, everything, the sandwiches, the pastas, everything. You guys have got to go check them out. 3125 Belmead Drive, Luca's Pizzeria. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Fair. And we are not going to go on with this episode without thanking my boy, Jeff Davis, the Texas car plug at University Mas Tequilas, and hit him up for the best deal on a brand new or pre-owned vehicle. If your credit's like mine, and it's not that good, if you're living in 2025 and your credit shit, or if you even have good credit or you have no credit at all, listen, hit up my boy Jeff Davis. He's going to make sure that he gets you the best deal on a brand new or pre-owned vehicle and rolling off the lot, grinning from ear to ear. He's truly the best. My boy Jeff Davis, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. All right, guys, I guess I'm super excited to have this next guest on the show. She's super cute. She's super small. She's petite, but she's got an infectious smile that will just light up any room. And, while she's acting very, she's very acting classé, right? I know that there's that side to her because I know she's watching Baddies on Sunday. I know she is. Okay. And I am so happy and so grateful to welcome with Simply Poppin, which is a balloon company and decoration company here in Waco. My girl, Brenda Zamaripa is on the show.
Guys.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. I truly appreciate it. Yes. Okay, we're having technical issues in the background, but that's okay too. That's ghetto.
There we go.
Now listen, you referred to me word of mouth. I went through your social media. And I was like, I never had this girl on the show. And you've been doing, congratulations, you're going on 3 years of Simply Poppin. Is that correct? Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Because entrepreneurship is difficult.
I know.
How does it feel?
It feels wonderful.
Yeah.
It feels, never thought I would be here or have a business of my own. So it's awesome to know that I could do it.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And you got the niche down, right? Because you're improvising with the balloon. We didn't have anything for the balloon to stand on. She threw her purse on the floor. She threw her.
It was supposed to be a secret.
No, but
okay.
I wanted to say because she threw the coach on the floor, and I was, or the Michael Kors, whatever it is, and I was like, girl, but that was a good idea, because I would have just been like, we're just not gonna have a balloon to stand on.
No, we're gonna have them.
Yeah,
Improvise.
Do you think that improvising and tactics like that grew as a business owner, or do you think that you always kind of held that possession and harbored it in the background?
So I felt like I always had it growing up. Mexican dad.
Yeah.
He's like, figure it out. Figure it out. So I always had to improvise. My brain just automatically thinks of like a way. Yeah. Just randomly, they just start thinking of stuff. And then like, okay, what is going to be easier for me? What is another way to do it?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's always been me, you know? And then more on the balloon side, I got to learn more ways. And then TikTok's like always a go-to. So I'm always like easier ways to figure out something.
I didn't realize how much people reference TikTok.
Yes.
Now, I told you I'll be every bit of 24 this year. and I'm just barely getting on not getting on, but like kind of normalizing TikTok. And when they banned it for 5 minutes, everybody was up in arms. And I was like, oh, I'm not affected by this.
One of them.
Were you up in arms?
Yes.
Okay.
It honestly affected me because I was looking at I don't know if you've seen the bow balloons. It's like some balloons shaped on a size of a bow.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, that Sunday, I am going to figure out how to do it.
How to do that. Okay.
I was just going to improvise.
Yeah.
But that Sunday, TikTok was down. So I'm like, what the hell am I going to do?
But girl, they downed it for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. That was the 5 minutes I needed it.
I don't know. I didn't realize how many people use it to cook, decorate, learn how to clean. Like I was like, what am I missing? Can I learn how to get a man on TikTok? Because a bitch is still single, and I don't know why. I'm the package. You know what I mean? So if you have any cousins or anything in Mexico that are avail.
I got you.
You do? Okay. They don't have to be gay. Like, yeah. give me the one that ain't shit. Yeah. That way the ugly one that nobody fucking wants. That's the one I want.
Don't really know them.
Oh, you don't? Okay, that's fine. We'll figure it out together. Now listen, life growing up, you're from Mexico.
Yeah, I am.
Correct? But you grew up in North Waco as well. What was life for you like growing up?
So life for me, I've been in Waco since I was 3. Honestly, my parents came from nothing.
Sure.
So we grew up living in someone's house in a 1-bedroom. It was me, my mom, my sister, and my dad. And we didn't really have much, you know. We had to grow our way. But yeah, I would say probably like the first 10 years that we were here is probably like a struggle.
Sure.
Now we're very blessed.
Good deal.
We have our house. My dad has his business.
Okay.
My mom was able to not work. So we're pretty much blessed. Yeah.
Isn't that every woman's dream?
Yeah.
To not have to work?
No, my dad be stingy. He'd be like, $50. That's all you're gonna get.
Dad, I need more than 50. Oh, I can't do anything. I can't even get a number 2 at Jack in the Box for $50.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Yes.
She's like, you know what? I'm gonna work Saturday, Sunday, and that's what she did. She was like, I'm gonna just work Saturday, Sunday for my money because he doesn't want to give me any money.
Right.
And I'm like, Mom, go
but
do it.
Do you think, like, not to say that he didn't before, but I'm just kind of like brainstorming here. Do you think he learned the value of $1? So, I mean, you guys came here with essentially nothing, and you mentioned the first 10 years. So essentially, you were a teenager before they even started getting it together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So maybe he just kind of learned the value of $1 and was like, look, you're gonna stretch this $50
Oh
out.
yeah. Like there was times where we wanted to go to the movies, and he was like, we have movies in the television. Like you do not have to go to the movies. Okay. So it made us value everything that they did for us, and every dollar we're like, okay, where am I going to spend my $10 or where am I going to spend my $15? Pair of sandals, or a shirt or whatever.
Right.
But we value that, and that was thanks to my dad.
Did it take time for you to realize something like that and to value the $1, or were you just in the beginning? You're like, listen, I don't understand. Like my friends are going to see Charlie in the Chocolate Factory and I can't go. What is this?
So no, I feel like I honestly am like a old soul, like I mentioned to you. I felt like I always was older than what I actually am. Yeah. I felt like I was the one that tried to help my parents. You know, like, okay, we don't have enough money. Okay, we don't have enough to do this. So, or I'm gonna save to like buy my own stuff so I don't have to ask my parents for it.
For sure.
So yeah, I could say I helped him in a way. You
Okay.
know?
Do you think that growing up in a household like that, which I kind of love to hear stories like that where you guys come from nothing and now everybody's, maintaining, you know what I mean? Do you think that there was a pressure on your shoulders to be successful? I mean, I know you went to Waco High and I know girls be snatching each other up there all the time. Yes, they do. You know what I mean? And so, how did you avoid all the trouble and kind of just keep a good head on your shoulders for the most part?
So I'm actually like the black duck in my house. All my family members loves to fight. Me and my mom. But all of them love to fight.
You don't fight, girl?
No. I'm the one that has to jump in because they're getting jumped in.
Oh, really?
Like,
okay.
I'm like, here I go. But I'm like, no, if I don't have to, I don't want to.
I don't fight either, though.
Yeah.
It's so déclassé. Like,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I'm like, girl, I love you inside. Just
Yes.
stay your distance.
I hope you're winning.
Yes. I wish you the best. Like, don't fight me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you always stayed out of trouble for the most part.
Yes, it was always my family members.
Okay.
Always.
Guys.
Yes, always. I remember I had to fight like me and my sister, 3 guys.
3 guys.
Older mans. Yes. Because my dad was getting jumped. And I'm like, oh my
God. I have
Here
got
we
to
go.
meet your dad.
Yes.
I bet he's a hoot to drink with.
Little bald man.
Is he really? Okay. I won't try to nothing. I just want to hang out. That's
You'll
it.
see him, you'll be like, ooh. But he's really, really sweet.
Is he really sweet? Okay.
Yeah, deep down.
Yeah, but you know the Mexicans, they drink. Yeah, they do. And everybody doesn't know how to hold their liquor, girl.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So they be getting all...
And he's little, so he be getting...
They have the little man syndrome and everything is fucking offensive to them.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know. I get it. Okay. No, but I guess, so for the most part, you did stay out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And so as far as, the need or maybe what's the word I'm looking for? Like the crave maybe to succeed. Do you think that always kind of rested or was on your back, or were you just kind of going with the flow?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So I always remember the quote my dad gave me was, you're not born from here, right?
Okay.
So we have to do whatever we can to succeed in life. So I always tried to do like the best anything that I did, I always tried the best, right? So I was just like, whatever I can get my hands on, I'm going to do.
Bad.
Good or even like better.
Even
so
better. Okay.
I always try to keep that in mind, and it always stayed in my head. Always.
Right. That's okay. I got that. So you would say that pretty much dad might have been the biggest inspiration for your entrepreneurship for that matter?
Yeah. And my mom.
And your mom.
Kudos to my mom too. Yeah.
Let me give mom her credit.
Yeah.
But you did say mom be jumping. So.
No, me and my mom be in the background.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I missed that. My bad. Okay. So, do you feel like then, with all that being said, even as an entrepreneur and you're going 3 years strong, do you think that you have to work harder just to be recognized and not overlooked? Or do you kind of just like not focus on stuff like that?
So I try not to focus on stuff like that. I feel like there's so much competition here in Waco that there's enough money also, know? So I try not to look at that. I try to stay like positive. Also too, just the support with my family is enough. So I don't even look at that. I just go with the flow,
Good answer. She's media trained. So why balloons, Brenda? What made you start like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go into business for myself, because you work a regular job too. And so what made you take the entrepreneurial side of the world? Okay,
so it's funny, but do you remember Austin and Ally from Disney Channel? Yes. Okay, you remember Trish?
I remember.
That had like a whole bunch of jobs.
Oh, yeah.
That was me.
That was
but
you.
with hobbies.
Okay,
right?
gotcha,
Hobbies.
yeah.
So I went from like cups, like vinyl cups. I went from t-shirts. I went from just different hobbies.
Right.
And I'm just like, man, something's gonna give me extra money. So I'm gonna like something.
Right.
So I ended up trying like a whole bunch of things, and I eventually was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try balloons.
Okay.
I would go set up for the balloons. This was like back in the days where it was like Amazon balloons. I did Amazon balloons.
Oh, okay, got you.
But I did.
You got humble beginnings.
Yeah, no, I did balloons where it was like, hey, if you want to, you could buy everything, and then I'll set it up for you for a certain price.
Okay.
That way I could get my hands on something.
Yeah.
No, nothing was published. I had to publish it one day, but nothing was actually like promoted, published.
Okay.
It was just for my liking and
just
my
like what you were doing.
Yeah, to see what I liked.
I got on my last balloon episode that the Amazon balloons.
They're trash. Like now that I know better.
I didn't know though. Like I didn't know that there was different brands of balloons.
Very. Now that I know, I went to the Helium store, Party City, and I was like, "Can you inflate my balloon, please? Please inflate it." But yeah, there's honestly a difference, but I just wanted to try something.
Okay.
I wanted to put my hands on something,
Sure.
and once I did, I figured out that's what I actually like.
That's what you like.
Yeah, for a whole while, I was just posting on my social media, on my Instagram, my personal one. And then I was like, you know what? My sister was the one that influenced me. She was like, go ahead and do your own page.
Okay.
Do it. Like, people are asking me, people are asking you, like, go ahead and promote it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it took like a year. So honestly, I've been doing this for almost 4 years.
Okay.
But it was business aired out. It was actually for 3 years.
Okay,
yeah.
got you. Yeah. So, you know, I wonder, because I've had like Anna on the show, and I've had these balloon people on the show, right? And I always wonder, like, when did balloon decorating become a thing? Right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
right?
no, it just kind of came out like all of a sudden, because I remember doing my ads for her at first, with HB Party Backdrops in the core, shout out to her. And I was like, so she decorates with balloons? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are balloon art? And then I was going through the social media. I was like, okay, I didn't know. When did that become a thing? Or did you just kind of fall in the category of doing it?
You know what?
Yeah.
Last time I remember, it was curtains, drapes, and all that. And then out of nowhere, my sister's having a party, and she's like, hey, balloons. And I'm like, what the heck?
Right.
Where did the balloons come from?
For sure.
Yeah.
It's great. Now, are you a one-man army here, or do you have people that work for you?
So I am one army. But on some Saturdays, if it's too hectic, then my mom will usually take off. Yeah, and then she'll help me.
Yeah. Now, does the extent go to just balloon decorating, or do you do like other decorations too? Or
so I try to just stick more with like wood panels, wood rental. I do balloons, of course, but just more on that side. I don't like to do any like linen. I don't like to do any drapings. None of that. Sure. Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah, that's way too much. Yeah, too much storage too. Too much of every color. Right. Too much.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? And you mentioned earlier in the show that there was some competition. You know what I mean? And I think that in anything that you do, there's always going to be competition. And you know, you mentioned that while you're not quite the troublemaker and everybody's still fighting, you know, you still have that side to you that's ready to turn up no matter what, right? Yeah, you see, you can't fool me, Brenda. Okay, I can read it from a mile away.
I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah, and she's a Scorpio. How do you keep your integrity intact and not have it be compromised by the competition in the world? Or in the city? How about that?
So I like I said again, I really don't try to focus too much on it. There has been times where people like ask me to do balloons for them, and I'm like, oh, I'm not available, or I could do this time and that time doesn't work for them. So I always guide them to another balloon artist. Yeah. Hoping that they would do the same for me. But honestly, for competition wise, like I just go with the flow. Don't try to really look at it. And yeah.
I said that for 3 years too.
Yeah.
You're just starting.
Yeah. Maybe, but I don't know. I honestly think
it's gonna get worse.
I'm like a softie, you know. I describe myself as a softie, so I don't look at that. And I see like other people that come to me, and then next event they're going to someone else. Yeah. And I'm like, heart you.
More power to you.
You did good. You did good. You know, that balloon artist did good. And I'm
good. I'm glad that you think that way, though, because unfortunately, that's not the case for everybody. Yeah. And everybody gets very in their feelings. Yeah. And they get very hurt. You know what I mean?
I'm like, your money, you spend it however you want to.
I don't have the time for the social media back and forth, Brenda. I just don't. You know what I mean? I don't. I'm too booked and busy. And then when I'm not booked and busy, I'm tired. And Brenda says she's never had brunch before. And I'm trying to convince her to call into her regular job today. So we can go. I want to introduce you to brunch so bad. You know what, Brenda? I definitely want to learn more about the business. I want to learn more about you, but we're going to take a quick break, okay? And when we get back, you guys, we're going to learn more about Simply Poppin balloons, what the future holds for Brenda, maybe some of the hardships that she has to deal with in business, and more. So make sure you guys stay tuned here on The Public Affair. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this exciting episode of The Public Affair. My very special guest, Miss Brenda Zamaripa. I swear to God, I'm going to mess up that last name soon.
You're saying it right.
Zamaripa is here with Simply Poppin balloons. Now, before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by Banda's Hauling Service with Julian and Ana Banda. That's right, they rent dump trailers. You fill it up, they're going to haul it away. They also do junk removals. They do tree brush removals. They haul cars in and out of town. And don't forget that they're offering roll-off dumpster service as well. Perfect for big parties, private events, get get-togethers, or if you're just cleaning the yard yourself and you don't have a dumpster, hit him up. He's got you. Banda's hauling service is that number that I feel like everybody should save in their phone because he's truly the GOAT and he can be counted on for anything. To Julian and Ana Banda, thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Chefito's Kitchen with Al Gutierrez and Adriana Gutierrez, serving the best in Latin cuisine, including arroz con gandules, Cuban sandwiches, plátano maduro, adobo grilled chicken. Oh my goodness, it was so good the other day and so much more. You guys have got to go check out their social media for the daily lunch specials as well. And if you need some catering done, Chefito's Kitchen got you because they're on the come up. Al Gutierrez, Adriana Gutierrez, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez. They offer team, small group, and individual skills training and elite skills training as well. And let me tell you something. Soko Childcare is like the best in childcare in Central Texas. And I will co-sign that all day, every single day. So if you guys need something for the kids to do that's productive, that is beneficial to their physical activity and to their social skills, Soko Soccer Academy is definitely the place to do it. Make sure you guys call the number on the screen and make sure you guys get that taken care of as well. And I want to give a huge shout out to the Soko Soccer teams, my boy, Coach Maro Maldonado, Coach Jeff, Coach Megan. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to sponsor the soccer team. And best of luck to all of you guys. You guys are truly the GOATs. And of course, to my girl, Myra Rosales with Strike a Pose Photography, a digital photo booth business, perfect for parties, private events, corporate events, and so much more. It's fun, it's convenient, it's easy. She also offers digital customized invitations, movement forms, and so much more. She's got a website now. She converted the garage into a photo studio. She's doing her big one at Strike a Pose Photography. Myra Rosales, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Make sure you guys call that number and get booked today. All right, guys, we're back with my very special guest. Miss Brenda Zamaripa is here on The Public Affair. Thank you again for being here. I truly appreciate it. Now, I noticed that you've only taken 2 sips of the mimosa.
I seen you staring. So I'm like,
yeah, I keep it because I really want you to like it. I like introducing people to mimosas. I took my best friends, Coach Morrow and Leslie. Excuse me, Coach Morrow and Leslie, and we went to. I took them to brunch in Dallas for the first time. I've never been to brunch. It was the Gayborhood. I didn't tell them that it was the Gayborhood. Yes, yeah, and it was perfect. We met our boy George De Leon out there, Wormy. Yes, and it was gay. It was Gay City, and I was like, oh, by the way. I left this part out. The bitch to bacon be $15.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
Let me take a sip too.
Take a sip. Shout out to Coach Morrow. Shout out to my girl Leslie. Shout out to Wormy. All right, listen, you guys. So, you know, you're doing this and you're doing your business, but you work a full-time job too. How do you manage to juggle between the two?
So if there's a will, there's a way, right? I always try to be prepared, right?
You be calling in. Just say you call in.
Actually, I came. Someone actually offered me some money. They were like, if you're willing to do this party, I will pay you.
Yeah.
Just name the price and I'll do it. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. You know,
right.
That's my income, you know?
Okay.
And of course, like Simply Poppin is too, but
right, sure.
I'm like, that's my insurance. That's my everything, you know? Like, I've been there for 7 years. Like, I just can't call out, you know?
Okay. No, and that's good that you think that way. You know what I mean? But don't you think sometimes there has to be sacrifices that are made?
I think it's just because, so I am a service lead, right? So I'm running the front. So I think it's harder for me to call out.
Okay,
you know?
got you.
There's not really no extra person that can just come in. So if I do that to them, or if they do that to me, then I'll be like, why?
So you have a good deal of integrity.
Yeah.
You see the bigger picture.
I try to.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think that sometimes, while I commend you for making decisions like that, and I think that's a good thing, do you think sometimes that might get in the way of, you know, with the business that you're actually trying to grow for yourself?
No. I just feel like, I mean, it can be a little bit hard,
sure.
but I try not to like do that or, you know, like let it affect me. Yeah.
I got you. You know, so one of the biggest things in business, right, are people that everybody's really into their prices right now, right? Whether I have barbers on the show, balloon art decorators, party decorators, everybody's really into prices or the charges that they charge.
Budgets and
the budgets and everything like that. Now, let's talk a little bit about that, right? What is your perceptive your perceptive on everything that goes on as far as, you know, the charges the prices that you charge, and are you pretty much stuck on that, or are you open to negotiation, or, you know, do you ever have people complain about the prices and stuff like that?
So luckily, no one's complained yet. everybody pays me
What you
like
say?
happily.
Yeah.
That maybe not deep down, but everybody honestly just like, here you go.
They're like,
Yeah.
you said 150, right?
But for the most part, haven't had really any issues.
Mhm.
Everybody usually is like really
Okay.
supportive.
Yeah, that's good.
They don't really try to give me like a hard time. And
Right.
with the budgeting, I am like very supportive with budgets. So
Sure.
if you're telling me you can only spend 500,
Mhm.
I'm going to give you the most I can with 500,
With 500,
right?
okay.
So honestly, I'm very flexible as well too.
Yeah.
So like just let me know, circle what you like send me an inspo, circle what you like, what you actually want, and I'm going to do that, and then it within your budget range. But also include something else that I can, you know. And I think that's what I kind of stand out a little bit, because some are just more like, here's a set stone price, like not going to give you any breakdowns, like. And then I also include like, let me know if you have a budget.
Okay.
Here's the breakdown. I give them a breakdown because I like to know what I'm paying for. So I'm pretty sure you will want to know what you're paying for. So I include the breakdown, and I'd be like, let me know if you have a budget. Here's the breakdown for it.
Mhm.
Let me know if you want to add, remove, or change anything.
Okay.
That's always, and I'm pretty sure people like remember that. Add, change, or remove anything to best fit your budget.
What's a good example of a breakdown though?
So the breakdown could be, let's say balloons, right?
Okay.
So let's say you have a 12 feet. You actually just want something smaller, 8 feet, right?
Yeah.
So I charge $20 per feet.
Okay.
So whatever feet, however.
When we say feet,
many
you're not talking about the size of the balloon. You're talking about the core.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So most likely.
I know what you're talking about too, girl. Like the fucking arches and shit.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's usually just divided between like 6 clusters of balloons. That usually makes 1 foot. So it's just added. So let's say that they want 8 feet instead of 6 feet, then I'll be like, okay, we could do that. Or if, hey, remove a cake stand. We can remove a cake stand, you know, or I want to add like a little stage for the entrance or something. Yeah. Then we could do that.
Okay. So
so it's always
like an itemized receipt. Yeah, I guess I was thinking, okay, it's balloon decorating, and this is going to lead into my next question, right? I'm like, okay, what could possibly be the breakdown for the balloon decorating? But then that probably is like a pet peeve of yours, because maybe people underestimate the value of the actual balloon that they're paying for. So when you do quote somebody, I don't know, $500 or $1,000 or whatever, they're like,
what is $500?
Well, that, or like for some balloons, you know what I mean? Like some people might think that, and I wonder what your perception is on stuff like that. And does it make you mad when people underestimate the value of not only your time but the actual balloon that they're getting? Because we mentioned that the Amazon balloons, they're just not cutting it. Yeah. And neither are the Walmart balloons. You know, there's a difference, right?
Yeah. I for sure love to have the breakdown.
Okay.
Because also too, there's so many like LED lights, right? So if they want like a smaller LED light, that's just probably $40 to rent, versus a bigger one that's probably like $60 to $50.
Right.
You know, they have that option to change.
Right.
And I want them to get something that they actually want, something that's going to fit their budget as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. No, okay, I understand. And that's really good. You know, and then we talk about as far as prices go, right? Listen, Brenda, you're petite, you're gorgeous, right? You're small, and people might underestimate your business savvy, right? Like people might think you're stupid, right? That's terrible. No, yeah, but you're not. You know what I mean? Like, you're pretty in there. You know what I mean? Do you think that some people, or have you ever maybe you thought you were being taken advantage of, and maybe people were trying to get in over on you?
That's a hard one.
Yeah. And no names, because I don't want to get jumped.
No, I think it's I honestly think I have a good army behind me, right? So a lot of times they ask for a quote, and it's not in their budget, and they're like, no, thank you. You know, and that's it. We move forward. But I honestly think that
You know,
I am done.
Sorry, that was fun.
Oh my God, no.
You're good.
Is the mimosas kicking in?
I told you, bitch. You guys should. I'm sorry.
It just out of nowhere just
can we
kicked in.
can we leave this in here, please?
No.
I know because it's so funny. Let me tell you guys something. She said she's never had mimosa before. I said, drink it. It's gonna creep up on you. And you guys,
and I got hot out of nowhere.
I
And
could tell.
my cheeks are red as hell.
I told her. I said I could tell the moment while you were talking to me just now.
I looked at you and I said, "What the hell am I talking about?"
She just lost train of thought. I'm sorry. That's cute. That's a true behind the scenes recording moment. And
that is funny.
And I really
you seen my face? I was like,
no,
what the
girl,
hell are
I'm
we
telling
talking about?
yes, I'm telling you guys. This I do want to leave it in the show. I do because it's funny.
I don't know if I want the second one.
Yes, you do. Because let me tell you something, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know if we caught that, but let me just share with you. She's talking to me, answering the question. She's doing so good. And y'all can tell the moment in her face where she's like, wait the fuck a minute.
What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah. Brenda, I'm sorry. That was cute. I don't care what you say. I'm leaving that in there. Please, that was so funny.
I'm going to be a meme.
Do I need to re-ask the question?
Yes, because I forgot.
Yes. We were talking about being taken advantage of, people kind of underestimating you. Okay. And then you mentioned that you had a really good army behind you and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so, as far as people underestimating, oh, why would you charge me $500 for balloon decoration? I wonder if that's something that you've ever had to encounter or, anything like that, or a negative customer for that matter.
So, like I had mentioned, the army's always behind me, so they're very supportive, right? Mm-hmm. I think the most people, and it's so sad, but I think the most people that have not been very supportive are like family friends.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, you could give me a discount. How much for me? How much for this? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, there's people that don't know me and that have never met me and they have paid full price.
Absolutely.
So why wouldn't you support my business and pay full price for it,
That happens in all businesses, Brenda. That's what I'm telling you. You're still 3 years in, 4 years, you're still a little bit new, but that happens. It'd be no disrespect to anybody in your family. I'm not saying it's all of them. I'm just saying it'd be your own people.
For sure. I have to just remind them, and I have to remind my mom too. I love my mom, but she's like, my friend wants some balloons. And then she's like, but whatever you can. And I'm like, Mom, girl. I said, you gonna do these balloons for me?
Get out of here with that 150. What you talking about? Okay.
But there are some people that honestly do help my mom out. And my mom is always like, it's your business, your money. Never gonna interfere with your money.
Got you.
But these people do help us. If you want, I can help you.
Okay.
Like we could come up with something.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I think it's just family, close friends.
Do you have any client horror stories? Like, have you worked? And again, I'm not asking you to name their names, right, girl? Yeah. But have you ever did a job for somebody and you were like, oh my God, I cannot wait for this shit to be over. Like, I'm done.
So
we've all been there, girl. Listen, me too. Brenda, to help you answer your question, I'll tell you straight up. I've been hired for events here in town, to host, and the whole time I'm like. Yeah, so I get it.
So not necessarily the setting up and the booking part. It's more of the pickup, right? So everybody's drunk. Everybody wants to be in your way. Girl. All the kids are trying to grab your balloons. And I'm just like, hold up.
Okay, these balloons were expensive.
I guess. Yes. I think that's more of the horror story to it. Calm down, people. Get out of my way. I'm just trying to leave. It's 12 a.m. Come on. I'm trying to go home. That's more of the crazy side.
Okay, got you.
Little drunk Mexican guys that come and talk to you.
She does not want to talk to y'all. Stop this. Okay, yes. A fucking crooked ass teeth. She does not want to talk to y'all.
I'm so sorry. Okay, let me give you a little story.
Please do. Yes, we're here for it. I told you guys the mimosas would work. Go ahead.
I had decorated for a party and at that time everybody was gone, right? So I showed up and I was like, okay, it's gonna rain. Let me just not pick it up the day. They gave me the option the day before or the night of. But I was like, you know what? It's going to rain. Might as well just come pick it up. It was an outside party, so I was like, I'll just come grab it.
Yes.
So actually, I didn't realize that there was somebody there. And that person was kind of a little drunk. So it was just the awkwardness. And
was it a man?
Yes. And it was more I felt uncomfortable.
Yes, for sure.
So I had to call my dad, and I'm like, Dad, come help me. Come pick up my stuff. My dad came in 2 minutes.
2 seconds. Okay, good.
seconds sounded better, but
Yeah, okay.
but like literally 2 minutes.
But you never
like
know.
he was hopping curves and everything.
The thing is, though, Brenda, and good for you, because no disrespect to that person or whatever, but you just never. People don't know how to act these days.
Yeah,
and some people can't hold their. So I think that was good, and that your safety is being compromised at that point.
Yeah, and
you know,
and of course, my dad being a fighter or whatever, but he's like, what's going on? Like, what are they doing to you? Why are they disrespecting you while you're trying to work? Right. So, he was more upset on that side, but I just grab my stuff and go. Were they disrespecting,
or were they kind of making suggestive moves? Or
yes.
They were.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
okay, I guess in the beginning I thought they were just sitting there drunk.
No, like that day I was just like, oh my gosh, what did I walk into?
Wow.
Like that day I was crying. I called my dad crying and I was like, can you come help me? Like, there's someone like not leaving me alone.
Wow.
And he was like, well, okay, I'm coming. Okay. Just stay there. I'm coming. Or get in your car, lock your car. I'm coming. Sure, right.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that was a horror and a scary movie.
But I was going to say though, so for me. Afterwards though, because they're maybe in the vicinity of your client's party, do you call your client after that and you say, look, this is what happened last night. If you want to keep doing business, you gotta have to keep Guillermo in check, bitch, because like it's not gonna work.
No, yeah, for sure. So actually, I think they actually came outside
His name is not Guillermo, by the way. I made that up, by the way.
They actually came outside that night.
The clients did.
Yeah, okay. My dad. Again, he was acting a little crunk in the street, trying to fight, you know.
Ain't that the North Waco bitch for you?
And then I'm like, oh my gosh, Dad, just stop. Like, I'm trying to grab my stuff. Yeah. Like, I'm just trying to make sure I grab my stuff so I don't have to come back the next day. Like, just stay here. And he's like, no, I want to fight. I want to do this.
Dad, come get the balloon. Stop this. Wait, I didn't tell you to come over here and start throwing hands.
So, of course, like, and then keep in mind, my mom came too, right?
Sure.
And she was just out of surgery. And she's like, I can't be walking. And I'm like, Mom, get in the car. Get in the car.
Got the balloons and let's go.
Get in the car. All you have to do is just drive my dad back home. Okay. But yes, that was definitely like
Did
crazy
they apologize
moment.
at the very least?
They did. They did.
Okay.
They said that they weren't going to invite that person no more.
Yeah.
They were like, we don't want it to affect any of our business.
Our future okay, yeah, that is good though, Brenda.
I was like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll just keep in mind that's where the time limit came about, right?
Okay, yeah.
So anytime that we're doing like an outside event, the ladies all pick up. It's at 11.
Okay.
11, or if not, it's going to be the next day. And of course, if it's the next day, there is a fee.
Okay. Good for you.
Just because, you know, sometimes I might be booked Saturday or Sunday.
Sure,
so
sure.
It's going to interfere with that. But for venues, I always do 12 just because I have that help, you know, or someone's going to come with me.
Absolutely.
And then from there, my mom and my dad always come with me.
Okay, so
or they send my siblings to come with me. They're like, you need to go with her.
Yeah. Well, it's when you're picking up that late, because even 11, girl, that's a late hour. Of day, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it is good for you to have somebody behind you.
And like my mom said, the devil will be coming out at that time.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'll go pick up some decorations for you at midnight. But if some drunk man's making moves and advances on me, Brenda.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
He was like, want to come to my room? And I was like,
oh my God, bitch, I'm trying to get these balloons and I'm done here. Wow, I'm so sorry that happened to you. But you know what? Kudos to the clients for at the very least apologizing to you for the mishap. And so that was the only time.
And they're awesome people, like very, very awesome people, cool people to like talk to.
Sure.
Grew up with those people. So it's just like,
and it happened.
It's okay.
Yeah, everybody got that one family member.
And my dad to this day holds a grudge on it, right? And he's like, I will never forget this person. And I'm still trying to find him. And I'm like, Dad, chill out.
Like,
yes,
relax. Yeah.
Yes, it happens. Like, people get drunk. As long as nothing bad happens, don't work out, you know.
I love that for you. You know, Brenda, you know, with all that being said, what is some advice to your peers that you can give? You're relatively young, you know what I mean? And, you know, I remember studying radio when I was your age, you know, and just kind of getting my feet wet into the whole business. What is some advice that you can give to your peers around your age that are looking to kind of go into business for themselves and, you know, they really don't know where to start or anything like that?
I mean, I would definitely say, reach out to other people, other balloon artists. Always make friends. I so burped. This the mimosas, guys.
Just
I know the microwave. The microwave. I know the microphone
the
got
microphone.
that.
Okay.
But I would for sure say stick with balloon artists. Reach out to them.
Like make good connections.
Yes, make connections. Find your own way.
Right.
Always find your own way. You're not always going to be a Simply Poppin. You're not always going to be someone else. Just make your business your own.
Sure.
But yeah, as far as it, never be scared to like actually try something new.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, that Sunday when I tried that balloon bow
Right.
For the first time, it was that same day. But I'm like, I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna
you
do
know?
it, yeah.
So it's always taking that risk.
Absolutely. I love that so much. And, you know, as far as longevity in your business,
Mm-hmm.
do you see Simply Poppin being something that is going to be around in the next 10, 20 years?
Oh, yeah, I hope so. If anything, I mean, you always have to try to become like the newest,
Mm-hmm.
the
Like the
whatever.
trendsetter.
Yes,
You have
the
to be the
trend.
trendsetter,
Yes,
yeah.
you have to stick with the trend. So
Yeah.
if anything, like we're just going to have to be more of a, go with the path of whatever
Got
the
you.
trend is. Yeah.
I'm going to take her to brunch, you guys.
No, please
She's
don't.
not working today.
Yes. And I'm a lightweight. I hope you know
Me
that.
too.
Like,
Me too.
Lightweight.
I'm mimosa. Like I have armor for mimosa, so like I can drink one more.
like
and then
I drink one Buzzball and I'm good for the night.
You're done. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. You give me Buzzball, Buchanan's, Hypnotic, fucking what's that?
Lemon drops.
What's that shit that
like-
we drank at the party, guys? What's that shit that we drank at the party? Was it? Fuck, I can't remember it. They're gonna get so mad at me. We drank fucking liquor at a party. Not Jose Cuervo. What's the other one? They drink it on baddies. They drink it on baddies. Fuck, forget it. You know what, Brenda? I am so happy that you came onto the public affair. I think that you have a really good head on your shoulders. I think that, you really have your mind set on making Simply Poppin a success.
Mhm.
I do want to ask one more question before we go. As far as the people that you have around you, you mentioned earlier in the show when I got you just a little bit tipsy that, it does be your own people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as you're thriving as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, and I've experienced this myself, the people around you start to change.
Mhm.
And then you start to really see everybody's true intentions, true colors.
Mhm.
I wonder, how do the people around you now inspire you to keep going? And have you had to cut people off on your way up?
So as far as cutting people off, I haven't had to do that,
Good.
right?
Uh-huh.
If anything, I more distance myself, but
Yes.
not cut off because
Okay.
I don't want to have that negativity around
Yes.
me. But especially for my business, because I believe in like bad vibes
yeah.
and all that. So I'm like, as long as I'm okay with them.
Yes.
Maybe keep a distance, but I am okay with having them in my life.
Yes.
If they need something, I'm here for them. But yeah. I don't know what the other question was.
As far as the people around you, how do they? I'm never forgetting. I got.
Don't ever do that.
You're taking
Maybe
that,
just like have
You're taking
it.
that shit home, bitch.
I think it's because I sipped like the very bottom.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. As far as the people who surround you now, your family and stuff like that, do they do a pretty good job at motivating you to keep going?
Oh yeah, for sure. Back to it, right?
Yeah.
My mom, my dad, and my boyfriend
Okay.
have been very, very supportive.
That's good.
Very supportive.
That is very good.
They're always pushing me. My sister as well. They're always like sharing my post.
Yeah.
My sister, she has her own business too. She does lashes.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Her
Shout
name
out
is
to Lashes.
Yomara, right?
Yes.
Shout out. But they're all very supportive. So
That's good.
yeah.
Now, Brenda, how can we reach out to you to book the balloon? Brenda, how can we reach out to you to book you for your balloon rentals and your decor?
So you can always reach out to me in Instagram. I am under Simply Poppin. I am also on Facebook. I am just now getting into like actually TikTok.
Yes.
And one of my videos is kind of blowing up. So go ahead and like
Yes,
it. Simply Poppin as well. Y'all can always email me at simply.poppin.org.com. But yeah.
And if you guys want to get Brenda lit, mimosas.
No.
Mimosas.
I think it's because it's my first time. And
I'm taking you to real brunch. I want you to know that right now. And you think this is bad? I used to have all my business meetings over mimosas.
Oh my gosh, I cannot. And you drink both of them.
I did. It's a good daytime drink. I told you.
You know why? I'm drinking on an empty stomach, guys.
That's why.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Me.
Hello.
Pull out the chocolate.
And it goes good. It goes good with chocolate. It does.
It does.
Hello. You guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of The Public Affair. To Brenda, Zamaripa, thank you so much for coming on. I truly had a good time, and I wish nothing but the best for you and Simply Poppin. I truly, truly do. And I think that you have a really good head on your shoulders, like I said earlier. I think that as far as your outlook in the entrepreneurship world, I think that if you could just keep that mindset, you're going to go really far.
Thank you.
Honestly, you are not focused on any drama. You're not focused on any negativity. You're just doing you. And that is honestly the key to success in any entrepreneurship. Is to just stay in your lane. We'll get you a little bit more accustomed on the mimosas. Shout out to Sam's
Next time, no mimosas.
No, listen, I'm putting you onto a new drink is what I'm doing. Okay.
A new drink I'm leaving behind.
On part 2, we're going to get the Buchanan's. We're good. Buchanan's pineapple. She looks like Buchanan's pineapple girl. Thank you guys again so much for tuning into this episode of The Public Affair. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow Simply Poppin on all social media platforms. My girl, Brenda Zamarripa, thank you again for coming onto the podcast. Yeah. Now, before we go, I definitely need to use this opportunity to give a shout out. You think you got the hard part? I got the hard job. I drank 2 mimosas and got to do the ads.
You right?
And without slurring my words. Are you ready? I want to give a huge shout out to Pollo Box and Audio with Jeffrey Monreal, home for all your LED needs and audio accessories, installation and stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and so much more, you guys. He put that bass in my car. If you guys hear Cheetah Girls in South Terrace, that is me with the bass going as loud as F. I don't care. I'm bringing bass to a whole new thing. Britney Spears, Cheetah Girls, Christina. I don't care. Ariana, we're doing it. All right. He's your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. My tent job is phenomenal as well. Jeffrey Monreal is truly the GOAT. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Sid Rodriguez at Elite Barbershop, making sure I look all snackish for this episode. All my episodes of The Public Affair located on Hewitt Drive. You can call the number on the screen, download the Squire app to book walk-ins are welcome as well. He has Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Clint Fletcher, Isai Reyes, Sam Ceballos, and Kayla Chapa over making like snacks I have for more than 231 episodes of The Public Affair. To Sid Rodriguez, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. We know my girl Ana Limones will Hummingbird Party Backdrops and Decor. Call for all party decor, including beautiful balloon props, giving an extra flair to your party or event with a number of wooden backdrops and so much more. Her husband custom makes the wooden backdrops. Her decor is absolutely phenomenal, nothing less than exemplary. Hummingbird Party Backdrops and Decor. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to Julio Arriaga with JC Painting and Drywall LLC. Contact for all drywall and beautiful new paint for your property, both commercial and residential. His work is honest, it's true, and he can guarantee you 100% satisfaction guaranteed. He truly lives by his slogan, just imagine, and we can make it happen. Se habla mucho español. Muchas gracias por todo. JC Painting and Drywall LLC. Julio Arriaga, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. To all of you, I truly appreciate it. I want to thank, of course, Sam's Bar for giving us the mimosas and popping Brenda's mimosa cherry. I want to thank Real Western Wear for this phenomenal vest. And I want to thank all of you guys so much for watching this episode of The Public Affair. Don't forget to always keep it between us. That's it. Did you have a good time?
Oh my gosh, I finished one.
You did. Take the other one to your house. Yeah, you'll be all right. That was already 20 minutes.
Okay.
You see, we're doing good.
I don't know if it's the sun or what, but it's...
Are you sweating?
No.
I was going to say it's the mimosa. That's what it is. That shit.
Is it?
It is. That shit will fuck you up.
And you gave me 2.
Yeah, well, you're still on your first one.
Let me catch up.
Yeah, here. This is behind the scenes. Are you having a good time, though? Is it fun?
I am.
I want you to have fun.
I am.
Okay,
I'm having
good.
fun.
You
make it, like, very comfortable.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted. I don't want you to think I'm weird or anything.
No, you're comfortable.
I can't remember which ones. Girl, the parents started fighting.
Yes.
And then they started talking about my friend who's a coach, and I was about to get in the paint too. And I was like, I can't be entertaining fucking Miss Piggy and Gonzo over here.
No.
Y'all did not tell me that they were in full attendance. Bitch, I did not know the Muppet Babies were going to be here. Why didn't you? And I started going off at the mouth, and everybody thinks I'm funny when I'm going off like that, so it makes it worse.
And then they get more mad.
Yeah, and then they get more mad because I'm clocking that tea. And then it's like, no, I can't fucking come. No, I'm not. I'm going home. I'm done. All right, you ready?
Yes.
These are behind the scenes. Okay.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.